Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'll be doing this CSEC Social Studies January 2019 Paper 2, Question 2. But if you're visiting my channel for the first time, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so that you know when new videos are being uploaded. Also, give this video a thumbs up by liking it so that it can reach as many students as possible. Also, you'll be seeing ads playing on your videos. Don't skip them. Just take a little break if they may be too lengthy and then come back and watch the rest of the videos to show your support for the channel and the appreciation for the effort that goes into preparing these videos. So let us get into this paper. So let's look at question 2. So here we go. It says, a person can be a member of many social groups. The A part, this is two part to this. It says the first part says define the term social group. Now we know that social group is a group that consists of two or more people who regularly meet and interacts with each other, share similar characteristics, goals, and interests. So that's what a social group really is, and you'll get 2 marks for that. The second part of the question says, name 2 types of social groups. Now we know there are many types of social groups, and you're required just to list 2 and you would itemize them as you go along in listing. So 1, we have primary group. We also have 2, secondary group. 3, formal group. 4, informal group. We also have voluntary group and involuntary group. And we also have other groups too, like peer group and interest group. So any 2 that you select from that which I listed, you would get your 2 marks. So you only need 2 alone. Let's go on to the other part of the question. The B part now says outline 2 factors that are necessary for group cohesion. Now, we know that group cohesion is very, very important. Now, 2 factors for the group, for any group, to be survived, so to speak. We need something that can hold or bond group members together. So, 2 factors. 1, leadership. A good leader is required with strong leadership qualities, one who will ensure that the goals and the objectives of the group will be achieved. The absence of leadership, we know, in a group causes chaos. So the leader must be able to guide, direct, counsel, inspire members, and coordinate the group activities. So that's 1 factor. Another factor that is necessary for group cohesion is cooperation. We know that cooperation, this is very important for the survival of any group. It is the basis. It is the basis for it to be in existence. Cooperation is teamwork, and every member must play their part for the good of the group. It is the best way to achieve the group goals. So members must pool their skills, talents, abilities, ideas, and resources together to ensure that the group goals are met. So really, cooperation is really working together peacefully, fostering good relations, and also compromise when issues arise. So you'll get 4 marks. And we know there are other factors that are vitally important for group cohesion. We also have commitment and loyalty. Those you could also explain that in explaining another factor that is necessary. So let's move on to the other part of the question now. Here it says the C part, and the C part has 2 parts to it. It says, one, conflicts among club members are posing a challenge for the leaders of some clubs at your school. Suggest 3 strategies they may use to help in reducing these conflicts. And you'll get 6 marks for that. The second part now is where you are required to explain how each strategy you described in C1 will work to strengthen group interaction in the clubs. So let's look at our strategy. So the first strategy is one, since there is a conflict that is happening among group members, it is very important that the leader arrange a meeting with team members to discuss and to resolve misunderstandings or the disagreements or the problem that has arisen. Now, a good leader now would should try to help team members to discuss issues peacefully and help members to learn to get along well and deal with personality clashes. Now, let's further explain that now. What do we mean by that? It says the explanation by having a meeting with club members, this allows them to express their opinions, explain their views, issues, and voice their concerns on what is causing the conflict. Now, the group leader would endeavor or try to understand why a particular individual may feel a certain way. And so it is very important that the group leader encourage each member of the club to listen carefully without interrupting the other person when they're expressing themselves, thereby showing respect for each person's opinion and their viewpoint. Knowing that even, and this may involve even if they don't agree, then they will come to learn that yes, it is true, you may not always agree on every matter, but there is a particular way in resolving it. So the aim is to try to resolve it on a mutual ground now so that peace can be restored in the group. So they will learn to address the issue and not attack or they would address the issue or the problem and they will not attack the person and endeavor to solve it in a peaceable way. So that's one thing that strategy can be done. Another strategy that the group leader should ensure, because always when there is a conflict, it means that also there has been a breakdown in communication. It may be a case where some group members heard that something was said and they are left, they don't aware of it. So the group leader should use effective or good communication skills. Oftentimes, misinformation or lack of in communication may cause conflicts, and this may influence their opinions. So it is very important that the group leader discuss all matters affecting the group so that everyone know what is happening in the group. Let's further explain that now. Let's look at a more detailed comprehension. So that's the strategy. So the explanation says now, by improving communication and explaining in details information to all, this can reduce conflicts. It is generally observed that conflict among individuals arises when they feel neglected or left out, or a lack of communication among team members. So the group leader must ensure that communication is done with members, must not be done with members separately. It must be on a common platform so that everyone in the group gets the same picture, leave with the same understanding. So an individual must not assume things on his own or hear things along the wayside, so to speak. The group leader can ensure that he is very clear and transparent and everyone fully knows and understands what is happening. Let's look at another strategy that he can use to restore peace or to resolve the conflict that is happening in the group. Strategy 3. The group leader will focus on encouraging teamwork among members. Oftentimes, sometimes it's because of one member not fulfilling their responsibility or fall short in, so to speak, or neglecting. So the group leader will ensure that individual personalities and disagreements, we know that is what give rise to conflict within a team. So when individuals understand the behaviors that lead to successful team functioning, they can avoid and actually reduce the occurrence of conflict. Let's explain that more fully. So here we have our explanation of teamwork that the group leader must stress and encourage. So by ensuring that each member of the team has a clearly defined role, this can help to reduce disagreements over areas of responsibility. All members should feel valued and that they are contributing something to the club. So the group leader would ensure that so as to restore peace within the group. Also, another strategy that the group leader could use is also he could also use the compromise strategy or help them to develop problem solving skills. What do we mean by that? Now, after the meeting is held and they hear what has caused the conflict among them, now the team leader would help everyone involved to agree upon reaching a resolution or a solution to the problem. Now, during this course, they would try to see the conflict. Team members will try to see the conflict from the viewpoint of each team members and focus on things that they can agree on now in order to reach the group goal. So this is where there's going to be a negotiating or a compromising taking place so that the goals of the group can be achieved. Now, this will also help to better understand each member, what they feel and how they think, and allow, as we mentioned, for all to come to a resolution together. Now, effective problem solving also includes evaluating various solutions and taking care to consider multiple interests and points of view. So each point of view would be taken into consideration and an amicable agreement would come up like a middle ground to solve the problem. So the group leader will ensure that He treats all members fairly without showing preference or bias to anyone. Now, this will help them to see that as a group, when individuals know how to tackle a problem, they can actually prevent or even reduce the chance of conflict emerging again in the future. So, the compromise strategy is very, very, very important. Also, another strategy that can be used by the group leader to resolve conflict is that among club members, they could also invite counselors to the meetings to hear out the meetings too as well, so as to assist in rendering in coming to a decisive conclusion or solving the problem where each person some consideration will be taken of each views and the situation can be resolved in an acceptable way where everyone somewhat agrees to that conclusion or agreement. So we have come to the end of question 2. Stay tuned. Question 3 will be answered next. So make sure you subscribe and turn on your notification bell to know when that video is out. Thank you so much for watching.